Hey champions! So today's video, I was originally going to announce the release date for Jaelara 2nd Edition. Then I found out last night Ben had asked us permission if he could release it. I was like, awesome, go for it. And then I realized that so few people have seen his video about the release date. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to link you over to Ben's video, and you're going to have to go check it out there. So I really want to support these other content creators that are doing things for Genesis because for years it has just been me. I've been making so much content around Genesis, and now we finally have other people making content with us, and I want to support them. I want you as a player, as a viewer, to go and support those channels as well. So even if you're not subscribing to them, which I highly recommend you do, go watch the videos so they get higher view counts, like the videos so that they know that people are out there watching it. And if you can find something to comment on, leave a comment, even if it's just something saying awesome video, right? Those analytics help a lot when someone's just trying to build up their YouTube channel. Now, the biggest thing you can do for them is subscribe to the channel. And there's a whole bunch of people making content around Genesis. If you can go and subscribe to them, I would really appreciate it. But that's a whole other thing, and I can't tell you what to do. What I'm gonna do instead of doing the release is we're gonna talk about the card list. No, we're not. I am going to release the card list for 2nd edition alongside all the content creators. So the content creators are going to be doing a big campaign to help promote 2nd edition and give you an opportunity to get a sneak peek of how a lot of that looks like. When they're going through that process, then we'll release the card list. What I'm actually going to be talking about today is doing an art appreciation thing. It's not something I don't do a lot of, and there's one artist in particular who's newer to the team but has made a huge level of contribution towards the game and helped promote the game. And he did something really, really awesome for 2nd edition, which was making an alternate art canon related Death's Companion. So I'm going to be throwing up some of his pieces, the sketches that artwork went through, and show you the final piece. We're just going to talk about it a little bit, and I'm going to kind of dig into the process a little bit more for the art team. So it started off with reaching out to Mikhail and asking him to do an alternate art for Death's Companion because the one we had, it was, it wasn't canon, and it was actually a stock photo that we bought the license to. We had to do this in the early days of Alpha, primarily because we didn't have the artist and we didn't have the prestige to get enough of the artwork done. So we couldn't customize everything, and we found a really cool, awesome piece of stock photo, which allowed us to buy the rights so that we could publish the game. But that's why Death's Companion never saw a reprint. And we thought it was about time to finally give that card a proper reprint, one that you could start playing with and make canon. So he came up with these 4 sketches. All of them looked amazing. We wanted to find one that kind of upheld the nature of Death's Companion and the value that a lot of people saw in her, which was she's just a really awesome, awesome card. So as you can tell, if you haven't seen the final artwork, so we went through these, we picked apart the pieces that we really liked and narrowed it down into 2 different sketches, which were these 2 sketches. The one on the left, number 1, we really liked because of the pose and kind of how dominating she was. But the skeleton that she's holding as a weapon, that type of creature did not exist in the world. So we wanted something closer to the blade from the other one. So when Mikhail brought both of those together, he ended up with this piece, which was really awesome. I think it got really close to what we're looking for. But some of the big changes we wanted to make were the way the dress was. I thought that was too suggestive. That's not something we want to move toward. And the veil. The veil was a little bit clunky and didn't fit well for the dynamic nature of the piece we're trying to put together. So finally, he went from this sketch to this one, and this is the really close to, I think, the final version that we see on the actual card, if not the final version itself. I I think it's really cool to finally have the desk companion be canon. Some of the things that I'm not a huge fan of when it comes to this artwork is the fact that desk companion looks so much like an actual human. And in the for the angels, we've talked about in the lore why they look human and why sometimes they don't. If you compare the Jaelara angel retribution to the beta angel retribution, it came down to the person that the angel was trying to feed off of. So the angel would over time understand what that person's ideal um, deity is, or ideal kind of the most perfect entity to them. And the angel would slowly morph itself into that as it became corporeal. And in that pursuit, it then looks like this is a tailor-made guardian for that person, and would feed off of that person's worship and belief in the angel. And as it did that, it would slowly drive that person insane. So that's why the angels can look human, because if the person they're feeding off of worships the human form, then that's what they're going to look like. But for the Death's Companion, this is just a regular fiend, and I didn't like the idea that it looks so much like a human. It looks so much like Kun in a lot of ways that you wouldn't be able to differentiate Death's Companion from an actual human or a natural champion. And that's one of the things we wanted to make sure were that summons themselves weren't human. The big differentiation between a summon and what we like, we have summons and we have races. The races, they're sentient. They're aware of who they are, what they do, where they belong, things like that, and they can ask those higher questions. Where summons can't do that. Summons are left to just feed and live off of instinct. So that's why the Death Companion had to wear that veil. It was really that differentiating marker of like, you don't know what's underneath, and for all you know, it could be a skull, it could be nothing, it could be something horrific. But as long as it wears that veil, you could be disarmed and think that it is just another human or an angel, and approach it confidently, and that's the trap. It's kind of like those what are those type of anglerfish, where it lures people in with that bait of the bright light, and it just devours them. So that's where the Death's Companion kind of history comes from, and now we finally have an artwork that is truly canon and truly part of the Genesis universe that we can reuse and we can enjoy over and over again. So I want to spend some time doing that. I'm going to leave a link to Ben's video so you can finally figure out when Jaelara 2nd Edition is actually going to release. And then, soon enough we'll make our own announcement. But I really want to push everyone to go check out Ben's video and give him a like and leave a comment on his video. That's everything for today. I hope you enjoy yourself. Hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.